do 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 doot do do do. Hello world, can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Do 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 do. Can you hear me? Yes, yes, you can hear me. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how well this works out. I am trying the NVIDIA NTX gadget that's supposed to remove all background noise, and we'll see how it comes through once the music stops. I'm sorry, Hector, I was really close to the microphone. Do 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 do. They're only 14 years old. Do 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 do.
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hail Karoga indeed. Thank you, Nicole DeBoer, as always. Our new normal here at the Birdo Prey 5 channel. Qapla, everyone. Welcome to Deep Space Nine Wednesday for August 28th? 29th. August, Jesus. April 29th, 2020. It's been a long day. It's been a rough day, but not as rough for me, I'm sure, as it has been for our good friend, Number One Sci-Fi, who, if you did not hear me yesterday, and I'm sure it got retold and retold and retold, unfortunately, Number One Sci-Fi has come down with the virus, and he is hospitalized. But I spoke to him through Discord just a few minutes ago in a Discord chat. He's on his Discord. For those who are members of his Discord, he was there about 40 minutes ago. He was answering us. He feels terrible. He's achy, but he's okay. He's able to respond to messages via his cell phone. He thanked LDG for the offer of Number One Sci-Fi, you're here in the chat. Awesome. I was gonna say thanks for the offer of a laptop, but last he told me that the cell phone was all he wanted for now. So Number One Sci-Fi, it is so good to see you in the chat. I am so sorry you feel so terrible right now. Mamo Prey is here with me. She feels terrible as well, and she is praying, and yes, full recovery, and I'm sure you will. Also, as I offered in your Discord, I'll offer it again. I will make sure I check Discord more often than I normally do. If there is anything you need, we can do for you. We need to send you a laptop, a tablet, soup, I don't know, food, whatever. I don't know how. We'll get it to you. You give me your info, we'll get you what you need. There are people that are closer to you than me, but even if not, if I have to ship it, we'll find a way to get you what you need. Please, just if you need something and you can't get it locally, let us know. At least give us a chance to try number one, because we all love you, and we would wish the same thing that, you know, people would offer us if, God forbid, we were in your situation right now. So he wants some of my harem, my fictional she-male harem. I doubt that, but if you did and I had any, you'd be welcome to them. In fact, I would insist you take them all. But I doubt that's what he wants. I doubt that's what he wants. Josh Street says number one could use Mamo Prey to be by his side until he gets better. Well, I can't give Mamo Prey away. But yeah, Sassy doesn't know how to cook, and Sassy can't do some of the things. I'll send him AOC. That's a good idea, DJ. It's a good idea. Anyway, we'll get to number one, Sci-Fi's comments. Let me start the stream. Hector was here and says, tell me I'm waiting in the wrong URL. This time, I dare you, because yesterday, Hector was waiting in the wrong stream URL. Yosef says, correct one, since he is here as well. 47 Yorktown says, greetings to his fellow nerds. And I told everybody soon I was going to start. Thomas Potts said, hi. Life with Matthew says, Qapla, Berto Prey, and all Qapla, Life with Matthew. Cinnabon Bunny says, hello, welcome, Cinnabon Bunny. Thomas Potts says, remember 9 episodes. No, we're not doing 9 episodes today. We're doing one episode called Second Skin, not to be confused with Second Sight, which was a pretty crappy season 2 episode. But Second Skin is, I'd say, a good episode of season 3. It's where Kira is forced to confront the possibility that she has been a Cardassian secret agent this entire time. Spoiler alert, she wasn't. But it makes her think, and it makes us think, and it changes her a bit for going through it all. She actually finds some Cardassians she doesn't hate. Yeah. Josh Streets is down with the sassy kicker. Well, if we ever find the real sassy kicker, I'll be down with him too. But I just think Sassy fell off the bed the other day. Josh Street, I just read that. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47 Yorktown. Josh Street is saying no. Star Trek Nitpickers is here. It says loud and clear. Thank you, Star Trek Nitpickers. Much more believable than Josh Street. 47 Yorktown says, yes, I hear you. Thomas is here. What? Cinnabon says, maybe. Actor says, I broke his speakers, and they were only 14 years old. Actor says, yay, RTX voice. Yes, so I honestly have no idea. How am I sounding? I mean, I'll put the volume up for a quick second. It sounds okay to me. Am I lip synced? Like, are my lips synced to what I'm saying? Can you tell that? Is it any better or worse than it normally is? Because when I use the Reaper software, I put in a 20 millisecond delay. That seems to be about right. But since nobody mentioned any noticeable delay with this RTX software, I just took the delay away. So I don't know. I'm assuming there's got to be some delay, but we'll see, because there's processing being done. I don't know why does the video card make my microphone sound better? I mean, that really boggles my mind as to why does NVIDIA make software to make microphones sound better? But you know what? I don't care. I'll take it. I will take it. It's free. I'll take it. I've long past asking questions like that, or at least caring about the answers. Josh Street says, Bird, why do you have the Gelogia machine? I don't have the Gelogia machine running. And DJ says, you can't sue me. Well, DJ Odyssey last night on his 5.5-hour stream last night that he thought was going to be a short stream when he first started. That was a short stream. He said, hello, world. And he said, never mind. But he was stealing my catchphrase. So I told him I was going to sue him. And he said, do it. He's got nothing I can take. And then I realized I could take the bunny suit, the T-Rex suit. I'd let him keep the unicorn suit. And I think he's got some Doctor Who stuff I could probably take too, but I don't really care for the Doctor Who stuff. So, although DJ, I was going to put this out to you and to any of the other Doctor Who fans out there. If there was one episode of Doctor Who that I could watch that you think would get me hooked, what episode would that be? Like the name and the number or whatever, so I could track it down. I think I'm willing to give Doctor Who one episode shot, and see if it does anything. Maybe I just saw a couple of bad episodes. So if there's one episode you think that's best to hook me, think about it and let me know. Doesn't have to be on here. It can be by Twitter or whatever. Number one sci-fi says, hello everyone from the hospital. Number one, I know what it is to be coming into streams and saying hello to people from the hospital. I really do. Listen, I hope I can take your mind off your current situation for an hour or so. I think that's the best we can do. And I'm so glad to see that you could join us by cell phone or anything. That is excellent news. Loki's Mornings of Mischief. Loki's Mornings of Mischief is here. It says, damn bird, hello Loki, hashtag blame Loki, but also hashtag likes for Loki. So yes, likes for Loki. Anytime you're on Loki's channel, remember, blame Loki, but also likes for Loki. Well, good to see you here, Loki, if you're still here. I know I'm a little behind. DJ says, hey to number one sci-fi. Thomas Potts says August. Okay, one. Listen, they both start with A. Close enough. Sorry to hear about number one not feeling well. Dr. Scotty is ready to go deep. Okay. DJ says number one, sci-fi, hang in there. Let us know if you need anything. Absolutely, number one. Thomas is number one. We are all hoping for the best. We are. Star Trek Nitpicker says, oh man. Loki says number one. Big shout out from all of us at Mornings of Mischief. We love you, brother, and you will beat this, indeed. Jeff Franklin says, number one sci-fi, sending good wishes and thoughts and prayers out to you. Yes, we all are. Even the atheists are sending prayers. Actor says, wow, the speakers from a 98. So those Cambridge Soundworks for Sound Blaster are 22 years old now. I had a set of speakers that came with my Quantum or Quantex Pentium 100 that I got when I was in high school. It was 100 megahertz Pentium chip. It was like a $3,000 system at the time. And it had this awesome set of tower speakers that went on each side of this big CRT. Like it was a 17-inch CRT monitor, unheard of, godly, cancer-giving type size monitor with these giant speakers and a subwoofer. And it was the best sounding audio I have ever had since, including like a Bose surround sound system. Nothing ever sounded as good as this audio system. So much so that even though the computer was done, I kept those speakers through like 6 different computers. In fact, the speakers were so good, I still were using them at work. I brought them to my work. And when I started having laptops, I was like, well, I don't need them for a laptop. So at work, I had a big desktop. It was really a video editing PC. But I set up those speakers at work, and they sounded awesome. But after I got sick and I didn't go back to work for a year, they were gone. I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if somebody took them, if they got thrown out. So much of the stuff from my office, I always assumed I would get, I was leaving at my office with thoughts I'd bring it home one day, but, things didn't work out like that. I know somebody got my radio. It wasn't mine. It was technically not mine, but so I'm not so that somebody got the radio, but video camera, somebody got my office. I bought my own office chair because the chair they had was shitty. And I was like, well, fuck it. I'm just buying my own chair. I don't need this. So I bought like a nice big chair that would really look like only like the VPs had chairs that big. It was like for an office that spent tons of money on lots of things. For some reason, they would get really petty on the office manager, who I generally enjoyed, got really petty on what chairs you were allowed to have. Like if you weren't a vice president, they didn't want you with a high back chair. So like, you know what? F this. I'm not going to go begging to get a high back chair. I'll just go to Staples or Office Depot and I'll spend my own money. And I mean, frankly, they paid me enough that I would go spend my own money and bring back a nice chair, which is what I did. So I'm sure my chair was gone. I don't think we ever got my chair back. My speakers are gone. I had a bust of Churchill that my boss had given to me. That's gone. Tons of Jägermeister swag. All that stuff is gone. One person took a couple of things I was okay with, but so much of my stuff, they said, oh, we'll put it in a box for when you get better. When I expected to be better, when they said, oh, you'll be walking within a year. Fine, you put it in a box. I'll be back at work eventually. It sounded fine. 1 year turned into 2, turned into 3, turned into 5. Company gets sold. All my shit's gone. John Araki with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. He said lap dances are greater than laptops. I have to agree. And not Ryan Johnson donated $3. Says hashtag no accents. Hashtag save our ears. I will do my best not to do any accents today, not Ryan Johnson. Just for you. Just for you. Although one day I will probably have to do an entire stream as Ozzy O'Prey. DJ Odyssey donated $1. Says, dang bird, you're going against Trek Yards with Doug Drexler and Simone Bailey with Tamoa Pinkett Hilo in 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm aware I'm going up against Simone. Unfortunately, it's the same time we choose to stream. And DS9 Wednesday waits for no man or woman. So, and T-Berg just donated $5 Canadian. Says, hey, I got you, Bird. Thank you so much, T-Berg. I got you, Bird. I got you. No, wait. Son of a bitch. T-Berg is trying to stir up terrible memories of a bad thing T-Berg did. If you go to my Discord, I'm not going to show it here. I refuse to show it. But if you go to my Discord, which if you don't know the link, you go to birdoprey5.com, click on the link for my Discord, and you go in the off-topic main section. Yesterday, T-Berg posted a video from Jib Jab that I'll just say that it involved my head and Anti-Trekker's head and some terrible, terrible, awful things. Also, if you go to birdoprey5.com and you scroll down to the link to the Bird O' Prey 5 screening room, you can watch this episode of Deep Space Nine that we're going to start in a few minutes. And you can watch it along with us. And let me make sure that I get the screenshot, because that was one thing I forgot to do, was get the screenshots showing. Okay, yes. Okay, we'll stop that. But yeah, so the screenshots will show in the bottom right of the screen when we're ready to watch the episode, which will be in a few minutes once I get through the chat. Yeah, so I guess I went on a tangent, huh? Josh reads his number one, tell the truth. Bird tried to off you for trying to free Mama Prey. No, Star Trek Nitpicker says, does number one to feel better? Number one says, thanks to everyone. Very cool. Azine says, feel better soon. Number one sci-fi. Absolutely. Mando Merc is here. Hello, Mando Merc. And he says hello to me and hello to number one sci-fi. Thomas says he wants some of your harem. He can have if it's this so-called she-male harem that I don't have. He can have them all. Rambling Caduc says feel better to number one. We stand with you always. And those of us who can't stand, we are with you in spirit. DJ says Thomas, the real girls, not the never mind. Yeah, well, if I had a real harem, do you think I'd be here right now? If I had a real girl harem, no, I would not be here on YouTube right now. Josh Streets says, Bird of Prey, number one sci-fi could use. I read that one. DJ says, send him AOC. I read that. Jeff Franklin says, Bird of Prey, nice try in the attempt to cover up your harem. Thomas says, so did you see that about your mayor? I did, Thomas. Apparently my mayor decided to go after one particular religious group that's not Muslim. Kind of the opposite of Muslim. And it's not working out well for him. Can't say I care much about it not working well for him. He kind of deserved it. Josh Reed says, Bird is going to send your wife to... No. Bird is going to send your wife... Whose wife am I going to send? I don't know. Whose? DJ's? Thomas? Thomas, are you married? How would I send his wife to number one? And Nerdrotic decided to go live too. So we're up against all the big people. All the big people. At 5 o'clock on a Wednesday, the regular crowd shuffles in. No, that's Piano Man. But no. So we're going to be... This is going to be a big one. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello and Qapla. Hello and Qapla, not Ryan Johnson. Actor says, second skin is what I got after the first day on the beach. That is a different type of second skin. Shronmore says, greetings, mighty God, Emperor, Birdo Prey, Mamo Prey, and fellow nerds. Greetings, Shronmore. And greetings to Sassy, chaser of Andorians, eater of Packlet, stalker of Klingons, defiler of Vulcans, and the scourge of Cardassia. Oh! She's asleep. DJ says, don't let him fool. You are investigating and will soon have proof Bird kicks Sassy off the bed. No. Actor says, sync is good. Sound has very little small cuts. I'll have to listen to it afterwards. Hopefully, maybe if I move the microphone a little closer. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. What do you think of it compared to my last stream or a usual DS9 stream? Is it better than using my Reaper software? I guess is the question. Star Trek Nitpicker says your lip is syncing up great like Milli Vanilli. Dr. Scotty says, Bird of Prey, you are sounding good. Very cool. Thank you, guys. Azine says it looks fine to him. Jeff Franklin says, Bird is like the commissioner in California that had to resign for throwing his cat. Hashtag free sassy. DJ says, Bird, all is fine. You look like a Godzilla movie. Excellent. We will kill the Americans with Godzilla. That is the plot of Godzilla, right? Josh Rebecca Momini says, City of Death. Bird of Prey, City of Death. Is that the new name for New York City? Actor says, in what way, DJ? Star Trek Nitpicker says, Doctor Who. Oh, City of Death is the episode I should watch. The Doctor Who episode. City of Death. I'm going to put it. I'm starting a notepad for Doctor Who episodes. City of Death. Okay. That's one. We'll see what other people say. Star Trek Nitpicker says Doctor Who was good when they first brought it back. DJ says, actor, I'm trying to make him think the lip sync is off. Azine says, oh, that's tough. New Who or classic series. Whatever one, Azine, that you think would make me want to watch the rest of Doctor Who. If there is one. Maybe you don't think there is one. Maybe I'm too far gone. Maybe I'm just not a Doctor Who kind of person. It's possible. But if there was one, like if there was one episode of Star Trek that if somebody said, give me one episode of Star Trek you want me to watch to make me fall in love with all Star Trek, I would have to think about it. But I could think of some of the best episodes that don't rely on a ton of backstory, that are more self-contained episodes. Probably be a TOS or Deep Space Nine episode, but I would think. I don't honestly. It's not something I have an answer right off the bat, and that's why I don't expect people to be able to answer during the stream. Think about it for a day, a week, whenever you get an idea. Tweet me or message me or Discord me, and let me know what you think, and I'll try to put them together and see which one I watch. Star Trek Nitpicker says Doctor Who was good. Yes, I read that. Jeff Franklin's Bird of Prey, watch Series 1, Eccleston series, 2-part story, The Empty Child, and The Doctor Dances. You see, now you already want me to watch a 2-parter, but I will put it on the list. I don't know if I want a 2-parter. Okay. Shrumor says, greetings, number one sci-fi. Trek Yards says, why are you streaming now, Bird of Prey? We are going live with Doug Drexler in 20 minutes. I am sorry, Trek Yards, and you probably already started. But Deep Space Nine Wednesday can wait for no man. I apologize. Joseph Patrick donated €2 through Super Chat. Was learning Risk and missed the first 25 minutes. Well, it's awesome you were learning Risk. I got to say, I am 3 for 3 today on my Risk playing. Even the last 2, I thought I was going to lose, but I came around to win. Unfortunately, still at the beginner rank because you bastards teamed up on me and killed me. So from now on, when we play, no more ranked games. But we'll figure that. We'll cross that bridge when we next come to it. Maybe we'll do one ranked game and one not ranked. So guys, Trek Yards is going live with Doug Drexler in probably, what was that, 4:41? So in 4 minutes. DJ says, Bird of Prey, just start with Rose. DJ, you see, I don't understand what that means. Is that the name of an episode? Is that the name of a character? Just start with Rose. I know nothing about Doctor Who. Loki says, I am still listening, but thank you so much, Loki. And DJ says, Track Yards, yeah, and Simone Bailey is going to be live in 20 minutes with Tomoa Pinkett Hilo from Battlestar Galactica. Josh from Rebecca Momini says, Loki, Mornings of Mischief, aha, so we meet again. How are you today? It is so great to see so many familiar names that I see from so many other streams here. Loki, Sci-Fi, Star Trek Nitpickers, Josh from Rebecca Momini, excuse me, not Momini. And of course, the people that have, and Trek Yards. I forget I started with Trek Yards. And of course, the people that have been here from the beginning. It's so nice to see you guys still actually coming. I appreciate it. Even if you do call me a dog kicker, which is false. Mountains of Elysium says, thought I'd log in to give you an extra like. Thank you, Mountains of Elysium, a.k.a. Shronmore. Okay, I'm going to start skipping some of the chat so we can get closer to the episode. Again, if you want me to read your chat, please put it in again with @BirdOPray5, and I will make sure I read it. But as always, if you don't @BirdOPray5, it is possible I will skip it. Captain Trek says hello, Captain Trek, Qapla. John Haragi says free Apu and AOC for VP. Actor says, and that was the tale of raising Bird's office possession, of the rating of Bird's office possessions. Yeah, I miss some of those. DJ saying, oh, what? What's the problem? Uh-oh. Hopefully everything's okay. T-Bergs is Bird of Prey. You haven't seen the other 6 on Anti or DJ's Discord. No, I have not. I have not. T-Berg has been wasting a lot of time. Bill de Blasio, Mayor de Blasio of New York City, just donated a single $1 and said, how dare you hold a gathering of this many? I'm going to lock you up. I'm going for a walk with my security and my wife in the park. I told you, you can't go. You can't go it. Oh, Mama probably wants me to refund the $1. Yeah, well, Bill, that's unfortunate. But this is virtual, and most of these people, in fact, I'm not sure any of these people are in New York City. So, good luck. Plus, if you think you're going to lock me up, you've got to get past Sassy first, and then Mamo Pray. Believe me, you're not getting past both of them. DJ says Bird of Prey is the first episode of Doctor Who with Christopher Eccleston. Okay, so Rose is an episode of Doctor Who. So we'll put that in. Captain Track says, Dan, I will get one of how, assuming YouTube sends. Actors is Bird of Prey kicks Sassy out of bed to test the noise. No, I'm not kicking Sassy out of the bed. Jeff Franklin says Bird of Prey. Rose is the name of the first episode of the first series, 2005 Doctor Who. It's also the name of the companion in that episode. Thank you. Anson Ricky's a Bird of Prey. Read this. Read this. I read it. I guess. And now the chat jumped. Wow. Are we really that far behind? We can't possibly be that far behind. No. Okay. Let's just type this in. There we go. Joseph says, I keep coming and coming to your streams. Thank you, Joseph. John Street says, keep putting Bird of Prey, and Bird doesn't get to DS9 until 10 p.m. Bird time. No, we're going to start the episode in just a couple of minutes. And again, this is season 3, episode 5, Second Skin. And if you don't have your own copy ready to go, then go to the Bird of Prey 5 screening room at birdofprey5.com. Scroll down to the BOP5 screening room, and you click on the link. Leave the YouTube tab open a second tab, and you can watch it as I watch it. And if you can't do that, then you'll be able to follow along the screenshots that'll be in the bottom right corner of the screen once we start watching. Actress is raising. It's an English word, Bert. Okay, raising, rating. I think they both basically mean the same thing, at least in the way I used it. Dan23 says, I used to have Deep Space Nine on DVD when younger, but the DVD broke, but it's on TV all the time. And Jeff Franklin is quite angry. I'm sorry, Jeff Franklin. Let us know if there's anything we can do. Jeff says, read this, you shall. I did. You were right, Jeff Franklin. I read it. I read it. And do not forget to hum, says Joseph. Okay, Joseph. I understand. I gotcha. Okay, so with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start this episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So get your episode queued up. I have to shut off the computer audio so you guys don't hear it. Josh reads Kevin Trek, which notification, the 4 p.m. one or the earlier one? I don't know. He's talking about somebody's notifications. So, okay. Let me pop out the chat first, since we're going to be needing that. We're going to go back to live chat. Now we're going to go to the Bird of Prey 5 screening room. We're going to put that over here. We're going to make the chat bigger. Captain Cat says, hello, my brother. How are you and Mouthbray doing? We're doing good, Captain Cat. It is good to see you. We're just about to start the episode. Once again, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 3, Episode 5, Second Skin. So, we've got that. We've got that. We have to get this set up. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to hit play. Jeff Regler says, damn it, Joe, I'm a librarian, not a construction worker. Wow. We're going to hit play, and we do a countdown. And at the end of the countdown, we're going to hit play. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And it opens on Jadzia Dax having some coffee. And Quark comes over and says, why don't you tell your Uncle Quark all about it? Quark says that he can tell that she's upset. And Jadzia says that she's waiting for Kira. They have an appointment in the holosuite. And Kira knows, you know how Kira likes holosuite. She doesn't. Anything worth doing in the holosuite, she should better do in the real world. They had to reprise crew rotations again. She's kind of looking forward. They're doing what, something sailing? They're going to sail across the great Aranu Mecca. She's got an incoming communication from the Bajoran Central Archives. This will only take a minute. Sure. She's doing a study for the Ellenberg's Detention Center. They were hoping to ask her a few questions. Like, why are you asking me? She was never there. Says, Cardassian records indicate she was had there for 7 days. She'd remember if she was held in a Cardassian. She's like, I have the records right here. Kira Nerys of Dakar Province, Shakar Resistance Cell. And she shows her what she looked like. And Dax says, it's you. Yeah, no duh. No duh. And we have this random alien person looking down, looking pleased with themselves, like the plan has come together. Isn't it convenient that Major Kira used that terminal to talk with Bajor? Oh, do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 pa 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 Ba ba do do. There you go, Yosef. There you go. So Odo says if her memory and the records don't agree, one of them must be wrong. Well, when you rule out the impossible, whatever remains. Rocky with a $2 super chat says sing the Mentos commercial next. So Kira is assured that these records are fake. They're fake. But who faked them and why? Says you supposedly shared a shell with 3 other inmates. So Odo says one of them can help. They're probably all plants. This guy said he haven't thought about that place in a long time. Oh, what? Oh, he says, I remember you. You were there too. Kira. Kira Nerys. Yeah, he almost didn't recognize her. You used to wear your hair differently. Long hair. You remember me? Are you saying you remember me? Like, when the Cardassians dragged you out of our cell, I gave you up for dead. He's glad to see he was wrong. Those were bad times. Says, yes, they were. Is she starting to doubt her own memories now? And Cisco says he could have been lying, but the records say that she was there. Her memory says something different. She's got to find out the truth. She only need a few days. So what? She just gets to take a runabout to go find out what's going on? Oh, is it a runabout or is it just a transport? Maybe she doesn't get a runabout. Oh, and there's that alien again. Okay, so it's not a runabout. It's just a transport. This way she can have an alien that's just follow her on. Oh, and there's Dr. Bashir with Garrick. Says Garrick saying business is slow. Living under the constant threat of Dominion attack has got people less willing to invest in new clothing. Garrick envies him. Travel was a passion for Garrick. So Jeff Franklin says, Bird of Prey, you are a funny hummer. Thank you. Anson Ricky says, Bird of Prey, careful bird, you might get hit with copyright on that. That's possible. And actresses better use the Bird of Prey 5 showroom. Josh Reed says, damn it, Bird of Prey, I can't make you wake. I'm a miracle worker, but that kind of miracle worker. Scotty. My dear doctor, you do have a vivid imagination. They're receiving a transmission from the Bajoran Central Archives. Why is Cisco got to take it? Seems like something to give to I don't know, an ensign. The major contacted her. They were supposed to meet, but she didn't show up for the meeting. She wasn't where she said she'd be. No one's seen her since she left the spaceport. Wake her. Where am I? She says, where are you? Where am I? She says, it's all right, you're safe. Uh-oh, she doesn't quite look right. Oh no, she's Cardassian! She's Cardassian. What have you done to me? And now a guy comes in. Says, we brought you back home to Cardassia. Shocking. Shocking. She doesn't believe him. Please, we're here to help you. He said, I don't know who you are, what you're trying to do, but it's not going to work. Whatever you think this is going to get you, so you can forget it. He said, we don't think it's going to get us anything. If all we wanted was information, we'd have it. He says, we have no intention of hurting you. We are one of us. Uh-oh. This is absurd. I got to pause it for a quick second because I accidentally paused my version. There we go. You're not going to be able to convince her she's Cardassian. Sometimes he questions the wisdom of their infiltration methods. By altering the memories of long-term operatives, they're sure they won't get discovered, but it makes reintegrating them that much more difficult. But it's hard to argue with success. If you really believe her to believe all this, expect her to believe all this, he says, no, not yet. We give her medication to reverse her memory loss, but it takes some time to become effective. Until her original memory reemerges, he doesn't expect her to believe a word he says. He supervised her training. You're an undercover operative of the Obsidian Order named Ileana Gamor. They kidnapped a Bajoran terrorist, gave her memories and her appearance. And they placed her back on Bajor. He says, you'll remember. It'll just take some time. Being here should help. She said, this place, just another Cardassian prison. This is not a prison, Ileana. This is your room in the house where you were born, your home. She says, my home is in the Decor province of Bajor. Jeff Franklin says, wait, what? Kira is a Cardassian. Cardassian. Grayer face, smaller bottom. John Street says, Bird of Prey, is it wrong to think Kira is hot as a Cardi? No, it's not. It's because she has long hair. It is 100% Kira's hair. If Kira had long hair, she'd be hot as a Bajoran. Anson Ricky says, Bird of Prey, Nana Vista had a problem with this episode because she is claustrophobic and the Cardassian makeup made her freak out. That's weird. I'm claustrophobic too, but as long as I can move my arms, I really don't think that the makeup would scare me. I could always tear it off. But, you know, different things affect different people. It could have been set by there were charges found. They could have been a disruptor or a phaser set to kill. The same scene of Cardassia where people are walking around at the public looking at giant TV screens all the time that have audio. So she's looking around her room and her door alarm chimes. Enter. There's someone here who wants to see her. It says, you took your time. He doesn't appreciate being kept waiting in his own house. It really is you. Says her memory hasn't returned yet. He understands. Eliana. I wish I could tell you how much this means to me. She's like, am I supposed to know you? She says, this is Leggett Kameni Kamor. He's your father. She's like, my father? My father died on Bajor fighting Cardassians. That's not true. I'm sorry. I know you don't remember me. He's been waiting for this for so long. Tells the other guy to leave. Says, are you sure that's wise? He's like, yeah, she's my daughter. She's not going to hurt me. The door didn't close when he left. He missed her. He said, don't call her that. It's not my name. And I'm not your daughter. Why aren't you trying to escape? Why aren't you trying to get to a computer? I think she secretly wanted to be a Cardassian. So then consider yourself a guest in this house till you remember. A Leggett. Yeah, not a gull, a Leggett. A gull is higher. I would imagine a gull is higher. It has to be. Norman Buckwald said, interestingly, an episode about her experience when her father died will be told in the 5th season. I'll have a strong connection to this one. There's an episode where her Cardassian father comes back looking for her as he's about to die. Oh, Garrick has news about Major Kira. It can't wait until tomorrow. Even though he's just a simple tailor. He says, it's above the window. She's like, what? The Obsidian Order listening device. That's what she's looking for, right? Says, don't worry. He only activates it when at their request, since he's a member of the Central Command. He brought her some Bajoran breakfast. It's the bone carving she made for him when he was promoted to Leggett. Kira says that his daughter was talented. He says, yes, she is. I always thought you should have been an artist. She was determined to join the order. He says, personally, thinks Cardassia could have used a few more artists. M. Philibim, MP 2019, says, Bird of Prey. Kira's journey in DS9 might be one of the most important subplots of the series. Remember how we first met her back in season 1? She's screaming constantly. She's a recovering terrorist. And Captain Trax is a Leggett is higher ranked than a gull? Interesting. She remembered an artist that died at the prison camp when she was 3. He said this is his fault. He never should have let her go on the mission. He could have prevented it. A well-placed word, a favor from a friend. She was so determined to go. So proud that she had been chosen. He didn't have the heart to stop her. Mother never forgave her. And she says, you're good. Really good. The house, the food, stories. It's very convincing. But she doesn't believe a word of it. He just wants her to know she's sorry. Meanwhile, back on the space station, Garak is annoyed that he's being debriefed by Cisco. So his friend is right, and that Kira is being held by the Obsidian Order. So Cisco says, the three of us are going to Cardassia. Garak's like, you can't be serious. If he was allowed on Cardassia, do you really think he'd be living there? And it says, which brings up certain point that there are certain ministers of Bajoran government that are concerned with him living on the station. So it says, unless you can do something to help us. So Cisco says, if somebody was in trouble with this central command, a Bajoran space station under Federation command may just be the best place. And Garak says, Commander, this is extortion. And and Cisco says, yes, it is. And Odo agrees with him. And now he says, we're going to be traveling under false sensors. We're going to appear to be a freighter. And Garak says, I'm going along on your fool's errand. But he has no intention of sacrificing his life. If it looks like you're in danger of being captured, he's on his own. And Cisco says, Mr. Garak, I believe that's the first completely honest thing you ever said to me. And Garak says, how very perceptive of you. Thomas says, Bird of Prey, unless I'm wrong, Gull equals captain, Legate equals admiral. Interesting. So they're talking about the fact that she hasn't regained her memories. Memories usually begin to surface after hours. It's been 2 days. So what if the injections never work? The daughter has information they need. I'm sure in time she'll see the wisdom of cooperating. You'll be in the next room. Says she's one of her own people. There's no reason to harm her. And the father says he'll be nearby in case he forgets. I like the bickering between Cardassians. What were her duties as first officer of Deep Space Nine? She said the Federation runs this station. She wasn't even allowed into ops. He's like, how many Federation officers are on the station? She's like 30 or 40,000. Don't tell him I told you. Don't you understand what's going on here? He's trying to give her a chance. Even if you don't remember who I am. He doesn't want to hurt you. But if you don't cooperate, maybe there is a way to convince. This is NTech. Send me an exhibit, whatever. She says, nothing you can show me will make any difference. Did you know the Obsidian Order saves everything that comes into its possession? You never know when it may prove useful. Vaults of ancient artifacts. Huh. Even cryogenic saver containing bioelectrical subjects. It's Kira. It's dead Kira. She's like, that's impossible. He says, I assure you, when it comes to the Obsidian Order, nothing's impossible. I guess it's supposed to be young Kira, too. It's a fake! It's a clone. A hologram. For all she knows, this whole thing is a holosuite. Do you remember when you're in long-range reconnaissance in the Bestry Woods? You thought you saw the Cardassian soldier. He shot a mother Lara cat who was nursing her young. She never told anyone that story. He knows about it because they placed that memory like he did every other memory. What they couldn't extract from the real Kira, they just invented themselves. Is there anything they said they've done that's beyond the capability of the Obsidian Order? He assumes they know there isn't. And if you're not your operative, if you're not who you are, so I say you are, why would we be playing this game? If he wanted to extract the information, he would have. He doesn't want to do it. He cares about her. You were one of his best students. Watch the recording and think about what you said, because the order's not going to wait much longer. Thomas is Cardassian. A gin is a lower rank than a gull. A giln? A gin? Glyn. Gil. And Amphibian says, Patrick, totally agree. Can't get enough. Bird of Prey is a great narrator too. Oh, thank you, Amphibian. Amphibian says, admitted on first watch, thought maybe a huge plot twist. It's true. I did. I mean, let's face it. I was like, there's no way. But then when they showed the body, I was like, maybe? She says, if he ran, you would try to stop me. He said, I wouldn't have to. You couldn't get half a kilometer without being detected by the Obsidian Order. Says, you'll never get off Cardassia. You only make things worse. You can only do so much to help. She says, if you want to help me get me off this planet, she will never cooperate. And as soon as they realize that, they will interrogate her and she won't survive. He says, I promise that it will never happen. He won't let them hurt her no matter what she decides. He asks one thing. Before you make your decision, watch the recording that he gave you. It's the only thing you'll ever know the truth. She's going to watch it. I have a feeling. Begin playback. It's her herself saying hello, welcome home. She's been asked to make recordings for you to help my memory recover when I get back. He goes in for surgery tomorrow. She's going to miss Cardassia, but she knows what she's doing is right. The terrorism on Bajor has to be stopped. Father doesn't want me to go. Mother looks unhappy all the time. I hope someday they understand. She wants them to be proud of her. And the Defiant is kicking ass and headed over. Why? Oh, right, because they're still not supposed to be using the cloaking device in the Alpha Quadrant at this point. Odo caught Garrick by the phaser banks. What's this? They're going to confine him to the to his room. There's two war class ships headed that way. So Garrick says probably just a routine security check. Drop out of warp. The communications hollow filter is ready. It's going to make him look like a Cardassian. This is the Qapla freighter. What's the destination? Cardassia Prime. Prepare to be boarded. Go, Benil. Our Tenerium is urgently needed on Cardassia. I'd hate for you to have to explain why it's delayed. Marquee activity is on the rise in this sector. By order of Central Command, so Garrick is saying drop the hollow filter. He can get him out of it if you let them talk to him. They're not in weapons range yet. Be prepared to get out of there if it doesn't work. Says you're not Qaparians. He says, how very observant of you. Now turn your ship around. This is an Alpha Red priority mission. Clearance verification 9218 black. By authority of Central Command, you are ordered to turn your ships around. Erase all records of this encounter in your log. Is that clear? And talk about it to no one. Clearance code verified. My apologies. I had no idea. You were doing your duty. End transmission. Cisco said he is impressed. And Garrick says it was just something he overheard while hemming women's trousers. He suggests they get away from here quickly. What are the names of Starfleet ships deployed upon the neutralized zone? She doesn't know. As a Bajoran liaison order, it's her duty to coordinate Federation activity near Bajoran space. The demilitarized zone, excuse me, not the neutral zone. The demilitarized zone. The names of the ships. Leggett, you can't come in here. You're going to tell somebody at the Central Command where he can and cannot go in his own home. Of course he agrees. Yes, one of his best lines indeed, Ensign Ricky. Thank you, Amphibian. The way he delivers that 9. Yeah, no, Garrick delivered it perfectly. 9218 black. Perfect. She's starting to believe. She is honestly starting to believe. No, Kira, you've always felt like you were a Cardassian. Deep down, you always knew it. Part of you was always saying, I am a Cardassian. Excuse me. Amphibian with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, message from Kira's Cardassian double, surprisingly endearing. The Cardassians make excellent villains, but they're such impressive real individuals. You rock, Bird of Prey, and thank you for these videos. Poor Kira is having a breakdown right now. Thank you so much, Amphibian. I appreciate it. Philibin, Philibin. The father is saying that he's got to get her off Cardassia. He can't protect her anymore. They're going to take her out of the house, and he can't protect her. It's like, why will you do that for me? She asks. Says, because you're my daughter, Eliana. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you. Even if it means losing her again. Oh, she's holding him. Aw, it's touching. It's a very touching moment. Jeff Franklin says, Bird of Prey, according to Memory Alpha, a legate is a rank given to members of Central Command and high-ranking flag officers. A gull is a military rank held by the commander of a vessel or installation. Thank you. No, thank you, says M. Philibin. Thank you. Jeff Franklin, thank you for the explanation. So they're not really comparable. So he's giving something that was her mother's to her. He's a friend. He's going to help get you off Cardassia. This is Ara. Without the Order's knowledge, how is that possible? He has friends that can arrange things. Friends that think the same way he does. The Obsidian Order and the Central Command have been given too much power. They're going to change that. You're a dissident. Says your father is a great man. He's everything any Cardassian could want, but he's willing to risk it all. He says the real heroes is his position protects her. Says he's got to get the daughter to the next contact. Goodbye, Eliana. I love you. Says we have to go now. This is wrong. Don't you see? The fact that you're a dissident, that you're willing to help me, that can't be a coincidence. You have to trust me. It's Entech he doesn't trust. Changing me into a Cardassian, sending me to you. It's not me I was after. It's you. The Order suspects your involvement with the dissidents. He says, impossible. I'm too well protected. They couldn't have evidence. But they could suspect you. And without any evidence, they wouldn't dare interrogate. They had to make you betray yourself, which is why they kidnapped me. Because they knew they wouldn't stand by. They wanted you to do this. They wanted you to try and rescue me. Very astute, Major. He tries to beam out. He's got a transporter suppressor over this whole area. And the guy confirms that Kira was a major. He says, you don't know how long I've waited for this day. Imagine, one bold stroke. The Obsidian Order, a traitor in Central Command, and shatter the entire dissident movement. He says the dissident move will survive without him. Says you underestimate your importance. The enemies of Cardassia will be destroyed. He says the enemies of Order, you mean. The Obsidian Order is Cardassia. What are you doing? So now Cisco and Garrick come down. Says the Major's the least of your trouble. Oh, and they throw a bag, and the bag turns out to be Odo. Odo disarms the guy. Good thing they come in with one more guy than there was bad guys. And said, don't worry, he's on our side, I think. Garrick says, I don't think I've seen you ever looking so ravishing, Major. They have a ship waiting. Why are you helping these people, Garrick? They're traitors. Memory of the order. He says, treason like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You know, said up until now, the order was satisfied to let him live in exile. They don't have the time to listen to him bluster. Garrick got to vaporize him. And Garrick says, pity, I rather liked him. Big surprise, he got to vaporize a bad guy. Now they don't know that it was Garrick that came and helped him. So it was all a lie. His genetic structure is Bajoran. Maybe they could have checked that before. The guy is gone. He was probably a Cardassian agent. She thought they'd be happy. She's like, I am. But if Ilian really was, why did they have her kidnapped? Why not bring Ileana back? Because the Docilian would have worked on Ileana. She would have cooperated. But they knew she'd resist. And that he'd be forced to try to get her off Cardassia. Do you think Ilian is still alive? He says he has to. He's her father. For all he knows, she's still on Bajor. And someday, he'll find her. She's like, are you sure you don't want to stay on the station? There's no place for him here. The Mathanide government has ordered him political sanctuary. He'll be safe there. One more thing before he leaves. Can I give you some fatherly advice? That Garrick, who helped you, helped us. Don't trust him, Nerys, ever. He's a dangerous man. And he'd betray you and all of your friends in an instant if he thought it would help him. Kira says he'll keep her eye on him. So then I suppose it's time to go. She gives him back the thing that he gave her. Why would she still have it all this time anyway? But it's like, it doesn't belong to me. I can't keep it. He says, no, I want you to have it. You may not be my daughter, but until I find Liliana, you're the closest thing I have to family. Aw. Kira wants to hold her. In spite of whatever I might have said, I realize now you're an honorable man. And I think your daughter must have loved you very much. Aw. I love those double. I mean, I know they're airlocks. They have to be double doors, but really only one should be open at a time. But I love that effect of them both closing. M. Philibin says, bam, gotta love Garrick. Thank you again, Bird of Prey. These narrations are great, and I share your love for DS9. Thank you. I do love DS9. I really do. Aru! Mountains of Elysium. Aru. Deep Space Nine is awesome. And I can't believe we're already at season 3, episode 5. When I started this over a year ago now, I mean, I realized this was going to be a long proposition where we're nowhere near. We haven't even come close to the halfway point yet. But we got 7 seasons, and the amazing thing is that literally the show just gets better and better and better. Now, granted, there are a couple of episodes that stumble along the way, but for the most part, from here on out, the episodes generally just get better, which is awesome. There are so few shows that you can say that of today. So many shows in recent years started off great and then fell apart towards the end. And then Star Trek shows like Discovery that were never great and never got great and never will, probably. And Picard, which for me started off good, but then fell apart midway through. I mean, even things like Game of Thrones started off good and fell apart. But tie in until tomorrow night. Let me double check that this is actually happening. I think it is. Let's see. We got Joseph Petrick says hum. Oh, I'm sorry, Joseph. I missed it. The Bezopolis. Wow. The Bezopolis is Garrick rules. Norman Buckwald said, whatever happened to Ileana? And I closed it. Whatever happened to Ileana is one of the big unanswered mysteries of the series. I assume she was dead. They probably knew she was dead. I just, why would she still be on Bajor after all this time? Yeah. The Bezopala says, I miss decent story and dialogue, good acting and track. I do too. Norman Buckwald says, the Muse, yes, did that stumble. Let he who was out sin, also pretty bad. And then that Ferengi episode. I like the Ferengi episodes. Joseph says, Mormon, not really. To Norman. Ozzy says, Bird of Prey, Deep Space Nine would be quite popular if it aired today. It fits with today's TV landscape. I agree. It was ahead of its time. It was a bit ahead of its time, but I say it's streaming. It's like a streamable thing. This is something you'd have to release like one season at a time. But oh my God. I mean, if it was released today, instead of 7 seasons, there would be 13. There would be 13 seasons. Because season 1, I think, only had 13 or 14 episodes. So every season would be that number of episodes. So it's basically twice as many episodes. So seasons 2 through 7 would all be split into 2 seasons. So we'd have 13 seasons of Trek. It'd be crazy. It would be crazy. M. Philippin says, yep, Ileana is dead. I remember they addressed this, her Cardassian dissident stepdad, and the real circumstance of her actual father's death in season 7. I remember the episode. He comes to give Kira all of his secrets. It's a Cardassian tradition. When the father's about to die, he passes all of his secrets down to his child. And since Kira is the closest thing he has to a child, he goes to her and gives her all his secrets. That's a pretty cool episode too, that he comes back for it. He comes back into. I like that they come back to some of these old storylines. They're not just one and done episodes. You think they are, but in reality, they're not. They come back to them later. Anyway, let me triple check this before I make the announcement, but I am 99% sure that this is real. Let's air date. Okay, it is. So I don't know how many of you out there, because it's not sci-fi, but how many of you out there might be fans of Parks and Recreation? I know I always like The Office better. Okay, let me be honest. I always like The Office a lot better than Parks and Rec. But after The Office ended and Parks and Rec was still on, I like Park Rec. I'm obviously a big fan of Ron Swanson. Now I know Ron Swanson in real life is the polar opposite of Ron Swanson, the character he plays on Parks and Rec. But I like the character he plays on Parks and Rec a lot. And I like Parks and Recreation. It was a good show. And tomorrow night, there is a reunion episode. Parks and Rec has been off this air for like 8-9 years, something like that. They're doing a reunion episode tomorrow night on NBC at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to go live at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. And at 8:30, I'm going to watch the show live. And I'll have it in the background with some fuzz so you guys can watch. But preferably, you'll be watching it on your own on NBC, which you can get over the air or on internet or stream it however you want. But I want to live watch this reunion episode, Parks and Rec. It's a half-hour episode. The episode starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, but I'll start streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern so we can do some talk before it, and then we'll watch it, and then we'll talk afterwards. I don't know if that'll be my only stream tomorrow, but that is definitely a stream I want to do tomorrow. So I hope, guys, that we'll see you there. If you're at all interested in Parks and Rec or just hanging out with me, that's my plan for tomorrow. So I'm going to try to do something earlier. Maybe we'll play a game or something earlier in the day, but definitely 8 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be one. So guys, with that, I want to thank you all for coming here. I would strongly suggest that you guys go check out either Trek Yards or Simone Bailey. I'm sure both of them are still streaming. I will see what's going on at one of those and probably head over there for the rest of the evening, and then I will see you guys later. Yeah, LDG, just missed it. We're just ending. So guys, Qapla, thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out. Remember, we are all number one sci-fi. If you're still here, we are wishing you nothing but the best, and get well soon, buddy. And if you need anything, you ask us. Mamo Prey and Sassy were in the house, but they didn't make a ton of noise today. It was actually one of the least noise days. Mamo Prey, just want to say something? Not too loud. Just say something. Did you hear her? She said, okay, something. She said, no, really, do you need me to speak now? I don't know if you guys could hear it because so you couldn't hear it. Wow. Can you say something louder? Louder. Chowder? What did you say? Louder? Okay, now she's talked a little louder. I wonder if you heard that. Thomas Potts is breaking news. Mama Prey can only talk when Bird says to. Yosef says they heard nothing. Oh man, that's bad. What if Mama Prey wants to talk? No, Bird is not talking to himself. Did you hear her cough? I'm going to have to come back and check this. What if I cough? Did that scare you guys? Sassy, bark. She doesn't. She can't bark. She does not bark on command. Okay, too loud, says LDG. I'm sorry. Epic says we heard nothing. That's a lie. I'll check this out afterwards, but that's really cool. Listen, if this works better than Reaper, I'm all for it. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
Can I say something bad about somebody?
Don't even go there, Mamo Prey. Joseph says we hear nothing, really nothing. Epic says no lies, I heard nothing. You didn't hear me? Okay, now we heard something. Okay. You know what, guys? Well, I'm going to play with this. This seems promising. Thank you again for those guys. I forget who told me about it. I feel like a couple of people. Captain Track says we can barely hear Mamo Prey. Now I hear a mouse whisper. Okay. Well, cool. I'll play with this a little more. Not that there's a hell of a bunch of settings, but this is great then. This is great. Qapla all. Good night. Bird out. Hector, it was you.
Thank
I'm
you
sorry.
all for watching my video. Please remember
Hector.
to comment, like, and subscribe.
Hector, it was
And don't forget
Hector.
to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdoPrey5.com, the new home of everything BirdoPrey5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BirdoPrey5 or on BirdoPrey5.com. Take care.
Geloja machine test. Can you hear the Geloja machine? Testing. Testing the Geloja machine. Bird out.